We're joined by Mr. Sajid Malik, who's the CMD of Genesis International with us, who joins us now. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good. Sir, my first question to you is that, talk to us about the partnership and how this will aid the company's business and, how will it add overall to your top line and bottom line?
Right. So, we are at Genesis very excited about our NNG partnership. NNG, for those who are, aware of the automobile space, is a software which is powers cars like Lamborghini, Ferrari, besides, of course, the Mercedeses and the Mazdas and many 60 million vehicles worldwide use the automobile software's products. So we are pretty much honored that we are leveraging the data platform that we have created at Genesis in terms of offering this user experience to automobile users, including two-wheeler users in India. We are seeing two broad trends, as we all know. One is that the cars are becoming smarter; they are becoming connected, and the second is that there is a electrification move. That means of electric cars. Both of them lend itself to the fact that there's a better software and more data required for these applications to work. So we believe that the offerings that we will now have for the automobile space will be of great benefit to drivers in general.
Mr. Malik, we have Rucha also joining us now, who tracks the IT space. Rucha, take it away.
Thanks, Mahima, and thank you for joining us on the show, sir. So, I just want to ask on this new deal which you've bagged with the BMC, the contract revenue, the contract almost is about 80% of your FY24 revenue. So, what does this deal means for the company, and will there be any margin dilution initially, and how can it turn into the revenue going ahead?
That's a good question because it really shows about the power of the platform that we are building. As you may be aware that we are building India's first national urban digital twin. So this is one of the most precise and accurate 3D models that we are building of all the major cities of India. This is a program that was launched post the new geospatial policy. This map platform that we are developing, addresses multiple markets, urban being one of them. Second being utilities, third being broader markets like automobile, the mobility space, e-commerce, logistics, real estate, etc. So now so at one level we are also creating a data model which lends itself to several applications. The BMC usage by one of the prominent urban bodies of this country is a validation of the work that we're doing, the platform that we are building. This, we hope, will be a major disruption in the way in which maps are being used in this country. You need to remember that besides BMC, a host of other cities have now also started adopting our map platform. And we will hope that in the months to come, you will see the impact of that.
Right. Mr. Malik, so I want to understand that considering both of these, the partnership and the BMC contract, how much of a revenue addition are you expecting going forward in FY25 or from a longer term perspective? And will this aid your margins going forward?
Yeah, surely. I think that the investments that we've been making over the last couple of years in terms of the product and the platform, we hope that we are going to see impact of that from the coming year onwards. From the second half, we expect, needless to say, further traction. The geospatial space, in one way, is really opening up in the country for the first time, post a policy which liberalized the sector. I akin it all the time. I tell people that it is equal to how the telecom policy was earlier, where we shifted from a landline to the mobile space, and look at how the mobile telephony has increased in this country in terms of adoption. We're going to see something similar in terms of geospatial. We need to remember that India is one of the largest land masses in the world. As a country, we are a large economy. There's a need for high level, high precision engineering grade data, and content platform, which is what we're building. So when we build precise data like this, it also helps in other conventional markets. Like, for example, we are in a position to build better navigation systems. ADAS is now all the flavor in terms of automotive goes. ADAS is basically being in a position to drive safely, more safely, So when we make more precise maps, they lend itself to better safety, they lend itself to better location awareness. So we are going to see a salubrious impact in multiple sectors as map platforms like the one we are creating are seen more and more in the marketplace.
Thank you, sir, for that. But just to follow on that, since this contract is almost 80% of your revenue, we would like to ask you how much in terms of quantity might this add to your margins? You posted a healthy margin of almost around 18%. And as you mentioned, the growth will be skewed towards the second half. So just wanted to understand the bit on margins.
Right. So, we obviously expect this to have a good impact on our margins moving ahead. We also, the second half is also because we are impacted a bit by weather conditions in the first half. But having said that, you need to understand that we are at the beginning of the growth of the overall market. And the government itself expects that this market should be in the size of around 30,000 crores on all India basis by the year 2030. So there's obviously a lot of headway that companies like us can make. Having said that, obviously, whether it will be 30,000 crores or 10,000 crores or 300,000 crores is going to be a function of what entrepreneurs or companies in this space will do. If you were to look at parallels in the developed world, and if you were to look at some of the competencies that are there in India with companies such as us, I would not be surprised if we are going to see the geospatial market growing in this country.
And Mr. Malik, so, recently you'd also put out a press release saying that, Genesys is launching India's first AI navigation map for auto and mobility industries. Now, I just want to understand that, is this a part and parcel of the partnership that you've entered into, and how will this, the partnership will benefit this particular launch? And secondly, I also want to understand the breakup of your revenue. How much is it auto, and what are the other segments?
So, I keep repeating this, that you know what you you do not know, but you do not know what you do not know. So really, what AI really brings is the ability to learn from large data sets to present information that may aid the entire discovery process. So what are we doing as Genesys, right? So we are creating one of the most richest libraries, imaging libraries. We have our own, what we call Genesys constellation of sensors. So we collect data with aircrafts, we collect data with our mobile systems, we collect in multiple forms so that every square inch of the city is mapped. So we've got literally the largest repository of imaging data ever done in modern India. And we are using this as a library to create information which can be then presented to users in a friendly manner. So here, AI makes a very big difference. And in terms of our partnership with NNG, we are in a position to bring in a platform which allows for much easier to use maps and smarter maps. So this is something that we have launched recently, and this is something that we hope we'll see the impact of that in the next couple of quarters.
Got it. Well, Mr. Malik, thank you so much for sharing those insights with us, and thank you so much for taking our time and speaking with us at NDTV Profit.